Hello crafty friends, welcome to the Crafty Seas. Today we'll be showing you how to make this super fun fancy fold pop up front stepper card, and this is part of the fancy fold collaboration hosted by Monica Paper Mona, Monica the Quilling Lady and Christine from Christine's Cards and Things, and there's a Facebook group as well with loads of other crafters sharing their cards for the monthly fun fold challenge, so make sure to pop over and check that out for some crafty inspiration. And today we'll be making this card here, and we'll be taking you along with us in the journey to show you how. It's quite a straightforward card. It all folds nice and flat into your envelope, and there aren't any special dies required. You'll just need some papers and something to cut your card with. And to make this card, we've used the Carols in the Snow paper collection by Crafty, which was kindly gifted to us in some Happy Mail by the lovely Monica. And this is a Polish paper brand, and it's an absolutely stunning collection. As you can see, we've been busy using it, so we don't have many sheets left, but it's absolutely stunning, the designs. And we've used a selection of these papers to create the card today. So you'll need some papers of your choice and some white cardstock. And I'll just take you through the cutting list that you'll need now, and all the measurements will be linked in the description box below. And you can always pause the video and take some notes as well. So the first thing you're going to need is your white cardstock, and as this is for the card base, it's advisable to use something of 180 GSM or heavier weight. This is 210 weight cardstock from Crafter's Companion, and you're going to have to cut it at. If you'd like to take a screenshot, here is all the measurements that you will need, and this is your cutting list. So for the white card, we're going to need to cut two pieces, one 4 1/8 by 10 3/4, and one 2 5/8 by 6.5, and these are the pieces of card which will form our card base. Then you're going to need some card for your matte layers. For our card we have used this bluish shade, and you'll need one piece 4 inches by 5 5/8. You'll need a piece 4 inches by 1 7/8. You'll need a piece 4 inches by 1 1/8. So for your matte layers, you could use gold card, silver card, coloured card, whatever design that you're going for. But as I said, you'll need 4 by 5 5/8, 4 by 1 7/8, 4 by 1 1/8, and 2.5 by 4 5/8, and 2.5 by 1 1/8. And then on top of your mats, we're going to put a design paper layer. As you can see here, we have cut them out. And for the designer paper, you will need one piece 3 3/4 by 5 3/8, 3 3/4 by 1 5/8, 3 3/4 by 7/8, 2 1/4 by 4 3/8, and 2 1/4 by 7/8. So just leave that there for you to get a quick screenshot. And this is what it will look like when you've got it all cut out. So you'll have your two pieces of white card, and then all your mats and layers. And once you've got all your pieces of card cut, it's now time to assemble the card. And what we like to do with our mats and layers is, as you can see, they have a white edge, and just as a finishing touch, we tend to like to go round them with some ink. So we're going to use our Distress Oxides, and we're going to use the shade Peeled Paint, as it's a perfect match with the green tones in this paper pad. And we're also going to use the Tumbled Glass for the blue one here. So I'm just going to just with whatever's left in the sponge, just take away that white edge. So I'll pop off and do that now, and I'll be back with you in a moment and let you get cutting your card. Okay, so now we're going to create our card base. So you're going to take your longest piece of white card, that's the 4 1/8 by 10 3/4 piece, and we're going to line it on the landscape side, and you're going to need a scoreboard for this, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 3/4 inch, 3 3/4 inch, and the 5 inch. So just to repeat that, that's scored at 1/2 inch, 1 3/4, 3 3/4, and the 5 inch. And just burnish and score all your lines. And for your smaller piece of white cardstock, again on the landscape side, we'll be scoring at 1/2 inch and 1 3/4 inches. And again, just score and burnish those lines. And this will form our card base. So this section will fold up like that, and this part will form the top. So now we've got our card base made. Before we stick it all together, we're going to stick our mat and layers together and then put them onto the card and construct it. So I'll be right back once I grab those mats and layers. So once you've got all your mat and layers stuck down, it's time to construct the card. So you've got your larger piece here with your small score line at the bottom. And if you fold that up and tuck it in, that will let you see what the finished card looks like, so you've got an idea where to put your panels. So we'll fold that back down, and the first panel we're going to stick on is our large back panel. Then this section will fold up, and you want your front panel there and your top panel. So when you've got it folded out, these will actually be on the reverse of the card. So just check that when you're sticking it all together, that you're mindful of the way that the card will fold up. So I'll just stick these down and I'll be right back with you. So once you've got all your mat and layers stuck down, it should look like this. So your large panel here, and then there'll be nothing, and then your two panels and your tab. And on the tab here, I've attached some double-sided tape. And this side here, it'll have your small tab at the top that I've attached some double-sided tape and your two panels. And now for the fun part of making the fancy fold. So you'll need to remove your tape, and I like to add just a little bit of wet glue for some wiggle room. And then we're going to fold this tab over and make sure our edges are aligned and nice and straight, and then firmly push that down. And then if we pop it up, you can see the magic has happened. And we have that pop-up step for the front of the card. And you could just make a card like this. It's very pretty in itself and decorate it. But we've decided to add another panel here. So you're going to need a bit of tape here and a little bit of glue along the bottom edge here. So just take that sticky back off, add our glue for the wiggle room. And then for this, we're going to lay it down flat and line up our bottom section here along the very bottom edge. Make sure that's nice and straight. Have your tabs tucked in here. Fold that down. Just give it a little push. And fingers crossed. There we go. We have our pop-up front card, and that stands like that. It will stand up on its own, but just for a little bit of added security and stability when it's standing, you can add a tent fold card to the back as well, or you could just put a decorative panel here to write your message on it. And the great thing with this card is it gives you that lovely dimension and real wow effect, but it's perfect for posting because, as you can see, with a gentle push, the card folds completely flat to pop it into your envelope. So you can leave your card like this and it will stand up on display nicely on the mantelpiece, and you can write your message on the back panel here. Or if you would like to, you can add a tent fold card onto the back of your card like we have done here. So it's again the exact same front, but this time when you open it, it's like a traditional tent fold card. And all we've done to convert this to this is to attach the tent fold card to the back, which was a piece of white card 4 1/8 by 11.5, scored in half on the tent fold, and we just simply attach that there to the back of the card, and we just matte and layered it with some of those lovely Crafty clock papers. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed our pop out stepper card tutorial and that you like the cards that we've designed. We just need to add a little sentiment and some gems to these cards and they will be finished. So if you've enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing, and if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified the next time we make a video. And you don't know what we'll be up to here at Crafty Seas, so it's always worth popping back to see. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy crafting!